What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Monday. Welcome to a new week for the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And we're back after kind of a whining week. It was a flat week. We went 2-2, I think 4 times. We went 2-2 on the week. Red Sox, Dodgers under, easy. 3 in a row there. Guardians got whipped. They lost. So flat there. 1-1 on the player props, down 0.2 units. So just another day where we lose with the juice. So just a paper cut. But we kind of bled ourselves all the way down to 0 in a flat week for the week. So not a winning week, not a losing week, just kind of a flat week. And I'll recap the entire month once we get done with the month of July. Reminder, we have a full week of the Daily Juice, and then I am on a plane on Sunday. So you will get a Sunday morning Daily Juice, and then you won't get one for 7 days as I'll be on vacation. So last break before football. But speaking of football, I'm going to give you our first 2 NFL season-long prop plays for us. They come, actually, they're not even my bets, but they're bets I am trailing. Derek Brown, D-Bro, Fantasy Pros, Betting Pros. He appears on my other show every week, which is called The Bostonian versus the Book. My co-host is out sick, unfortunately, battling cancer, and he's out for a while. So we're bringing on different people. So it's just me solo. So it's like this, only for an hour. But you've got D-Bro every Thursday, and he gave out 2 player props last week that I'm pretty confident he's given out on Fantasy Pros and Betting Pros, but I'm making it part of our portfolio for NFL bets. They're too good, the numbers are too tasty, and we're going to jump in, make them official plays for us for the 25-26 NFL football season, plus 2 Major League Baseball plays. I'm going to pause the prop bets for today, do a couple of NFL props, and we'll get back to betting props, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. We'll get back betting the prop bets. Before I give you the picks, 2 football, 2 baseball, let's remind you guys about the Betting Pros betting system. Have you guys gone and done this yet? Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to check this out on the Betting Pros app. It is a designed tool. It's a system that's going to allow you to find winning strategies and to make smarter bets. It's a little complicated, but you can customize your systems by sport, bet type, and time frame to find the best opportunities using real-time data and expert analysis. You can track your performance on different betting systems over time and optimize your bets to increase your chances of success. You can do all this by downloading the Betting Pros app today or go to bettingpros.com/systems. That's bettingpros.com/systems to elevate your betting strategy and to make smarter bets. It is, if you're someone who likes to bet trends and you like to figure and find different mathematical trends, the Betting Pro system is really cool. And August is a great time to do it before we get to football, but you can play around with all sorts of cool stats and trends, things going into the 25 football season that could really let you uncover a couple of nuggets that can be pretty profitable. Remember, we want to bet, we don't want to bet at the end of a trend. We want to bet at the beginning of a trend and follow that trend as it rolls. So check that out with the Betting Pro system by downloading the Betting Pros app. All right, let's start talking about the NFC South and who will win the NFC South. Shop around and find this number, the best number possible on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Why? The division stinks. Like, bottom line, the first reason why the Bucs will repeat as division winners, the division stinks. Maybe the Carolina Panthers are going to be better. Maybe. We don't know that. They're everyone's pick du jour. Panthers will be better. Okay, maybe. The Falcons are the Falcons. We'll get more on them here in just 1 second. But Michael Penix Jr., okay, what are they going to do? They're going to run the football. How's their defense? This Tampa Bay Bucs team, Emeka Egbuka getting drafted was big. Even with the Chris Godwin injury, I'm okay with it. Mike Evans and company. The running game, yes, Tristan Wirfs is out to probably October or so. Yes, that stinks. But they're going to have him for the majority of the season as long as he comes back and recovers well from his injury. This team is the best team in the division, and D-Bro likes him as a sneaky Super Bowl contender. I'm not going to go that far, but I do think they're going to win their division, and it's plus 110. We get plus money on them to win their division, and I don't think there's much of a case to be made for anybody else right now in the division to be as good as Tampa Bay. The Bucs at plus 110 for 1 unit to win the NFC South. They could win 9 games and still win the division, given how bad this division might wind up being. And it's not that hard. It's not that big of a leap to jump in and say that, just looking at what the team is going to be on the field and then what they're going up against. New Orleans might be the worst team in football. They're tanking for Arch Manning. The Bucs, they hate the Falcons. They hate the Panthers. But, I mean, neither team is going to threaten them, in my opinion. I don't believe the Falcons have a much better year than what they had last year. And last year, they underperformed, obviously, but they went 8-9. It feels like they're an 8-9 football team again. Tampa went 5-4 last year. They can be better than that. They went 4-2 in the division. They went 8-4 in the conference, and had a plus 117 scoring differential. Their defense played well. Their offense scored a ton. Mike Evans went for 1,000 yards again. I mean, it's just sort of like, it's rinse and repeat in a lot of ways for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I agree with D-Bro that this number is really, really tasty because of what Baker Mayfield is looking like and what he's playing like. He's got weapons all over the field. Bucky Irving has come in and really given them a nice running threat. Evans, Godwin, Ibuka. They've got the tight end situation with Cade Cotton. Yes, their left tackle is out in Tristan Wirfs, but I think he'll be back by October or so. They should be fine. Their defensive line is still incredibly stout. Their backfield on defense, led by Antonio Winfield Jr., is the best in the division, arguably. Linebackers led by Levante David. Give me the Tampa Bay Bucs to win the division at plus 110 or plus 105. Shop around, get the plus money price. On this, I got plus 110, but you should be able to get plus 105 at very worst for Tampa to win the NFC South for 1 unit. Second bet in the NFL, we go in the division to Bijan Robinson. And D-Bro and I were laughing about this because when he said it, I had to double check that he had his numbers right. I went, wait. You have Bijan Robinson at over 1,150 yards rushing? That's an actual prop, and yes, that's an actual prop bet. Look, Michael Penix Jr. is not going to be asked to throw the ball 50 times a game. They're going to want to run the football, all right? In the last game of the year against Carolina, Bijan Robinson ran for 170 yards. He ran for 90 against Washington, 94 against the Giants, 125 against Vegas, and 92 against the Vikings. As the year progressed, the team realized that they had to feed the rock to Bijan Robinson and let him run. Last year, he ran for 1,456 yards. What are we talking about with a prop bet that, in most places, look, this is 1,150. You can find that at certain books, but let's just go with the consensus number of 1,200.5, over 1,200 yards rushing for Bijan Robinson. He was on pace at one point to hit 1,700 yards rushing. They're going to give him the rock. He averaged 4.8 yards a carry. He was given the ball 304 times last year. In his rookie campaign, he was given the ball 214 times. Given almost 100 more, he's going to get the rock left and the rock right. And as long as he stays healthy, Bijan Robinson over 1,200 yards rushing is going to hit. It would be stunning to see him at being healthy not get there. And clearly they think that, Tyler Algier or other running backs are going to step in and take away the carries for Bijan Robinson, or that Bijan Robinson is going to get hurt. But, Tyler Algier is a good running back, but come on now. Bijan Robinson is going to be the bell cow. He's going to be the guy they're going to get the ball to. And over 1,200 yards. Again, he was healthy for all 17 games last year, ran for nearly 1,500. What could he wind up getting this year if he stays healthy? Now, clearly, any bet you got to make comes with the running back injury worry, because that's a huge concern here. But, literally, D-Bro and I were laughing at the prop number, going, wait, what's the number? Come on. That number is way too low over 1,205 yards rushing for Bijan Robinson for the Atlanta Falcons here for the 25 season with 17 games in the regular season. Okay, we go to baseball for tomorrow, and so I didn't put those up. Let me just put those up for you. Bucks to win the East at plus 110. This should be for 1 unit, now 1.1. 1 unit. Bijan Robinson over 1,200 yards rushing for minus 110. 1.1 units down on that. Let's go to Royals and the Braves. You know, it's really interesting when you look at the way the Braves are swinging the bat at the moment. This team really couldn't score until about a week ago, but I'm going to bet on them and bet their trend here because they're going over consistently right now. And that's not typical for a Braves lineup that hasn't scored all that much over the last couple of months. But right now, Atlanta has become an over team. Now, does that continue long term? Probably not. But for right now, it's a good time to jump in on them. They pushed yesterday. It was 9. Final score was 8-1. Over in the 2 previous games against Texas. Over in the final game against the Giants. It pushed against the Giants in the second game. It was 9. They lost 9-0. And it was over against the Giants 9-5. So you take a look at, they are 4-0-2 to the over the last 6 games. The last game against the Yankees was under. It was 10.5. It was a 4-2 loss, and that snapped a streak of 5 straight games going in. So if you conclude those games, that's what? 9-1-2 over the last 12 games to the over for the Atlanta Braves. It's against Kansas City, and I know you're going to go, oh my gosh, Matt, it's Kansas City. It's Rich Hill. I mean, it's Rich Hill. Get into the bullpen against Kansas. The Royals bullpen is good, but this is 45-year-old Rich Hill who got lit up in his first start. I can't believe they actually said, okay, give him the ball for another game after the 6-0 loss in the first game. And Spencer Strider is going for the Braves, who hasn't been good on the road at all. 9-3, 7-3, 5-4, the last 3 games, final scores for games started by Spencer Strider of the Braves. A 4.55 road ERA, a 1-4 record. He's given up 16 earned runs in 31 2/3 innings worth of work. Opposing batting average is low at 198, but I just need the Royals to score 2 or 3 runs, and the Royals have been scoring decently. Like, it's not like they've been as anemic as they've been in the past. They won 4-1 yesterday. They lost 6-4 to Cleveland in the first game of the series. They won 5-3, beat the Cubs 8-4. So they've scored 8, 5, 4, and 4 runs the last 4 games. I think if we get 3 or 4 runs out of the Royals here today, this game's going to go over. It's 9.5 minus 110. I'm going to take the Braves and the Royals to go over. I know it's a bit scary, but on a Monday with Rich Hill and Spencer Strider, over 9.5 for the Braves and the Royals. And finally, we go to the Miami Marlins, who got walked off yesterday by the Milwaukee Brewers. But this Marlins team is still the most profitable dog in Major League Baseball. When they are dogs, they're basically a 500 baseball team. They lost to the Brewers 3-2 yesterday, but here they are on the road against the Cardinals, and Andre Palente goes for the Cardinals. This guy or the team has lost 5 consecutive games in which he has started. 6-0, 7-3, 8-2, 1-0, and 3-0. Palente has given up 5, 5, 7, 0, and 2 earned runs in those losses. That is not good. Miami is scrappy. They just find ways to win. Edwin Cabrera could be traded, so that's one little fear factor that his name's been tossed around on the trade block, but 4.35. Road ERA is not great. 1-2 record, 279 opposing batting average, but 15 earned in 31 innings worth of work. Team has gone 2-2 in the last 4 starts by Edwin Cabrera, but he went 5 2/3, 1 earned run in his last start. Last road start wasn't good. 4 earned in 4 innings worth of work, a 5-2 loss to the Orioles, but 7 innings, 2 earned runs against the Brewers, 7 innings, no earned runs up against the Twins, and on the road against the Giants, he went 5 1/3 for 2 earned runs. So he has been good. And given that, look, he's facing a team that I think has played a bit above their head, and the pitcher he is facing has lost now 6 games in a row, let's take a shot on the plus money here with the Miami Marlins on the plus 105 money line price for 1 unit to come in here today. All right, Bucks to win the East, plus 110. Bijan Robinson over 1,200 yards rushing for the season at minus 110. Braves and the Royals today over 9.5 at minus 110. And the Marlins money line at plus 105. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.